problem.
Okay.
Where did you put it again?
We are going live. Well, folks, the players are just discussing how the treasure was tracked, as at the end of last session, or after last session, I gave them the details on the heaps and heaps of glittering treasures and magic items and artifacts and wondrous things they have discovered as they search the rest of this dungeon. Unfortunately, Bella is taking care of our own little goblin at the moment. She just stepped away. Thanks to them with no screen name. But we will do a little short interlude episode here. Between 30 and 60 minutes, or even less. Just to kind of wrap things up here. So, you guys already know that you make it out of the dungeon and back to this chamber to search that pile of treasure and gather up all those shinies. But really, sort of as this general search of the dungeon is going on, you are going to be, well, you're going to in some way deal with the little girl who is lying unconscious over here, and the kind of swollen woman who is over here. Which is really the nicest way I can put it. She has been somehow infected or worse by these creatures that took over this place. And this is also an opportunity to, if you guys have any treasure divvying up to do or anything like that, then we can take care of that real quick. Questions, comments, thoughts?
I just want to say that I feel I've gotten kind of a rather nice batch of magical items recently with my spiffy new sword, and so I'm just going to go ahead and say I pass on all the magical items.
Okay.
If you all don't mind, I would like to be able to utilize at least the belt here. It seems to be from my order, and I think that it could prove quite useful to me.
I don't have a problem with that. Where did we put the magical items that we found? Did we put that in notes?
I'm pretty sure Max shared them
It's in
with
character.
Yes. Yes, excellent.
Yeah, I put the treasure list in the in-character Discord because you would have searched in character.
I think the other one is better for a keeper. Considering it needs to be attuned to by a cleric, druid, or paladin.
The necklace of the prayer beads?
Yeah.
I agree. I think that makes the most sense. And does anyone else have need of these tonfas, I could use them, but I don't want to appear too greedy in taking the magical items. So if anyone else is interested in them, then I would give up that claim.
I'm not usually known for using weapons, so I have no need of such things. So I'm fine if you want it.
Go for it.
Yeah, I don't see any reason why, or I'm not sure any of us could use them anyways. Or have been trained in that way.
I understand. Thank you very much. I appreciate your generosity. And also, I'd like to say that I appreciate everyone's help in cleansing this place. I know that there was some trepidation before that final battle, but it means a lot to me that everyone was willing to fight in that battle.
Any chance to simultaneously smite evil and piss off my demon dad is a good combination for me.
Didn't he want us to come in here?
Well, he gave us kind of conflicting messages, huh? He's like, yeah, go get the blessing, Breath. That'd be great, Breath. And he's like, wait a minute, Breath, leave. I don't get it, but what else is new?
Huh, it is kind of weird, isn't it?
Maybe it was intimidated when we saw the monsters in this room.
They could have given us a head up that there were invisible floating slots, but, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe the shadow isn't all-knowing?
I mean, probably not. But I feel like he could probably point at invisible things and, I don't know, maybe be a little bit more helpful than he was.
Did you guys want to do something with the statue, the giant statue of a toad that
Isn't that
spoke to you and gave you the gift?
I mean, I think we had plans to smash it, right?
I was gonna say, if no one objects, Vapos wants to destroy it.
I say we should.
Go for it.
What's the best way to desecrate a frog statue, I wonder? Which is one heck of a sentence to say.
Yeah, let me look that up on Fantasy Google real quick.
Hey Siri, how do I desecrate a frog statue?
You gotta put
Hey
on...
Kiri!
If I'm given a bit of time to rest, I might be able to try something.
Well, now that the slots are gone, I don't see why we can't rest here.
Yeah, we might as well.
Did we make sure to kill the things that were in the birthing pods? I know we threw fire down there, but do we know for sure that that was enough?
No, we don't.
I mean, we could set up a watch if we want to take a rest.
Yeah, I think a rest is certainly needed. Whether or not that happens in the temple or outside.
Well, like if we want to just do like a short rest for an hour, I don't think we're not gonna go to sleep, right? We'll just chill for like an hour and recoup our strength. I'm just saying, I don't think we should go take an 8-hour nap down here. I'm not entirely sure everything is dead.
No, we could have a slod slumber party. I remember when we were back up on the surface, you mentioned shattering the frog babies that had crawled inside your body.
Yes, I was going to try something similar with this statue, but I can't do it right now. I'm exhausted and I need to meditate.
Could you do it on me? 'Cause I think I got some.
Yes, I believe I got some in myself as well. But again, I can't do it now, and frankly, it may be a bit too late at this point. It may
Oh.
require stronger magic.
We should probably take care of that. Akiri, is that
very much
something
agree.
your divine touch might be able to assist us with?
I'm pretty tapped right now. Let me give me a second. Max, would lesser restoration in this situation be
Make a
something that would
knowledge
work?
religion check. Or just
Never
a
mind, I
religion
don't have the
check
spell
in this
slots for it.
edition.
Sorry, JK guys, I only have one first level spell slot left, so
Well, hopefully they don't pop out before we have a good long sleep.
Right, well, shall we at least take a short rest before we try to destroy the statue, or do we want to go ahead and try to take a rest for the evening?
I hate to throw a monkey wrench into these sort of things, but don't we have a small child and a whatever has happened to her woman that we should probably do something about first?
Yeah. Bella's gonna go over and start trying to comfort the small child and kind of assess her situation.
She's unconscious.
She's still unconscious?
she's unconscious again.
Yeah, she got re-knocked out towards the end of the fight.
Right. We're just rendering children unconscious.
Yeah, I really don't know who did that or why. We're all looking for who's to blame here.
No idea who it could be.
While we figure that out, I guess I'll wrap her up and try to make her comfortable.
So you take the small
Sure thing.
child, you wrap her up. She's in some kind of strange state. She woke up rather quickly before or after being knocked out, but that's not happening this time. She's in some kind of weird dream state. You can tell her eyes are darting around behind her eyelids.
She's been double concussed. What do you expect?
I guess I could try waking her up, like try to shake her or whatever. I'm not hopeful, but might as well try.
In the meantime, Vapos is going to be going over to the woman, and he is going to bind her hands.
Okay,
With
she offers
rope.
no resistance. She is unconscious. But you can feel the ancient and dark, disturbing power emanating from the statue when you go over to her. And Mavra, you can feel this as well as you're standing right there. And you definitely feel the same kind of energy reverberating in both her and the child.
All right. Well, with that done, I need to take some time to meditate, and then I may have an answer to the problem of this statue.
Yeah, I think sitting down for a short rest. I don't remember. Did we get the impression that the traps are no longer active, or is this floor still trying to kill us?
The traps are still active.
So just
Yeah,
sit
we
on
gotta
the
try
mat.
to get people out of here and through the portal, I guess.
Yeah, is the portal still open?
To clarify, Max said that we had already made it back to the treasure room, so yeah, the portal's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys can make your way out just fine. No problems. You want to carry both the child and the woman out of the temple?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. You reemerge out into the startling light outside. This is going to take you a while between clearing out the dungeon and carrying the people out and carefully navigating your way out. So it's really going to take the whole day in the end. And the night chorus of insects and non-hostile frogs, at least if they are hostile, you don't worry about it too much. Normal frogs is starting up for sure. It's not it, is it? Where's my there we go. As soon as they exit the temple, as you carry them outside, the child stirs, groaning, holding her head, as though a spell is lifting from her. The woman, tied up and carried over Vapos' shoulder, I assume, or somebody's shoulder, belches and vomits, hurling just handfuls of disgusting, wriggling eggs and tadpoles out of her body as they are magically expelled, the spell being broken completely. She starts returning to a normal size, and you actually see that she is an elvish woman. Although she's still dressed like a I don't know, a courtesan, I guess, with this weird kind of twisting golden apparatus on her body, and she looks pale and sickly, but much more normal. She gasps for air and, shakes around slightly in the bonds. Water, please.
Of course.
I'll give her some water.
Ignored, I just slapped in chat. I hit the wrong button.
You give her some water, and she chokes it down and spits out a mouthful. More.
Careful, you don't want to overextend your stomach. It can be dangerous. Take it slow. The water's not going anywhere.
Get the filthy slime from out of my mouth. And she lets off a string of curses in Elvish, for anyone who understands that.
All right. I'm going to try to help the little girl, get her some food and water too. And I'll offer a change of clothes to the elvish woman.
She accepts thankfully. Might be easier if you... She holds up her tied.
Yeah,
tied
once I
hands.
see that she's behaving this way, I'm going to untie her.
Thank you.
My apologies for tying you up that way. When you were inside, you were behaving erratically, and we didn't want to take any chances.
She shudders and shakes, almost collapsing on the ground.
Akira, do you have anything you can use to help her? Bliss was asking if Akira had anything she could use to help her.
She's gonna shake her head. Not right now.
Any cure spell, any cure spell can be used as cure mental trauma.
Cool.
It's all hit
She's gonna-
points, even if it's
all hit
psychic
points,
damage.
Yeah, she's gonna. Actually, I might have. She's gonna make here. This might help. She's gonna give her a cure wounds.
The man with no screen name wants me to tell you guys, yes, break the votive. That hasn't fucked any of you over before, right? He's
You
talking
cut
about
out
the
there, Matt.
statue.
What'd you say?
Regarding the breaking the statue, the man with no screen name says, yes, break the votive. That hasn't fucked any of you over before, right?
I mean, wow.
I volunteer as tribute.
So Akiri, as you kind of minister to her, and the power as you work flows through the water she's drinking, she sits up, kind of hugging her knees to her chest in Bella's borrowed clothes, which are shockingly too big on her now, that she has shrunk down to a normal elvish size. And she says, thank you. Are you bandits or adventurers? She kind of looks over your scruffy, burned, blood-stained persons.
As soon as Bliss notices her scrutinizing his appearance, he immediately starts prestidigitating his clothes clean and like using that spell to make like perfume to like scent himself, because he's just like nope.
Insofar as that distinction means anything, we're adventurers.
It takes like 5 castings of prestidigitation to get the clothes really clean, Bliss.
I believe it.
Let me put it this way, ma'am. When we came here, we came because we heard there might be treasure. When we discovered that the treasure was being guarded by a bunch of evil frogs who were kidnapping people, our focus changed to getting rid of those evil frogs.
Whenever you say evil frogs, she shudders and whispers, Slotty.
Speaking of evil frogs, are the contents of her vomit, are they alive or dead?
They're alive.
Can I ensure that that situation changes as quickly as my sword can help it?
You know, the bottom of your boot will quickly take care of the problem. These seem to be something different from what was in the spawning pool.
Then I do so.
Indeed. She says, I see. She says, her eyes seem to focus on the child that Bella's, I think, still holding for the first time. And she says, Yazdav, she's still alive.
You two are the only ones we've found down there.
Everyone else?
We haven't seen anyone else. Other than the frogs.
And then their transformations were completed. We will mourn them at the tower on the green. Thank you for saving my life. I am Kilsaith.
It is a pleasure to meet you. We are the Wanderers.
Likewise, Wanderers. She says, May I? And she holds out her hands to the girl, Yezdov.
Of course.
She hugs the child close and she says, the daughter of my neighbor, back home.
Where is your home?
It's the Tower of the Green.
Well, I can't say I'm familiar, but we'd be happy to help you get there if possible.
It lies to the north, a great tower with a settlement around it and in it that rises out of the swamp. After they took me, they began bringing in little girls. It's been horrible. I was under some sort of enchantment. Full of bloodlust and rage. They had me as their breeder.
I'm very sorry it happened to you.
The Slotty, they are all male. They have a special purpose and reverence for females of any elven or humanoid species.
I just want to go on the record one more time saying I'm real glad we killed those suckers.
Yeah.
I hope you've killed them all. The infestation crept into this place from some older and more ancient part of the swamp, I believe.
Well, everything we found in there that wasn't you and the girl is dead, so hopefully that takes care of it. And we plan to go back in and reconsecrate the temple. Our friend here is one of the monks or a member of the Order of Monks who occupied this place long before the Slotty moved in.
Maples will just nod.
Then perhaps you know. Their purpose, their secret evil. Of the corrupted temples.
I was trained in one such temple and was only recently able to escape.
The corrupted temples give their true masters the longevity of the gods, twisting and corrupting their deific power. I learned this in my time here. She kind of spits out a bit more of the froggy mucus on the stones.
Forgive me for asking. I know that you've been through a great deal, but do you know where any of these other temples might be?
I know where one of them is. And they all must be destroyed.
Please tell me, where is the one that you know of?
It lies to the northeast They would speak sometimes, though I did not understand their horrible language. They would speak sometimes with their minds, and sometimes they would force understanding on me. A geyser rises from the desert. A great demon rules to the south. And to the west, the sea. Beneath the sands, a temple where wonders lie buried and secret knowledge is forever lost. That is another of their corrupted temples, one of fire as well as earth. Or so was the knowledge they forced into my head. She hugs the girl closer. I never thought I would come out of there alive and not completely mad. There is one other temple I know they knew of. Its location I cannot say, but they seemed to believe it was ruled by corrupted vampire lords. Ancient beings themselves who kept the place for these secretive masters.
I see. That is most dangerous indeed.
These 4 temples, their energy, it's hard to put into words. They do not always speak in words in the mind. But they take the worship of gods and twist it and direct it. And somehow, some way, these secretive masters siphon that power, giving them life eternal in this plane and another. They must all be destroyed.
Vapos will just nod and say, I agree. Well, I will seek to undo the damage that was done here, and I will seek out these other temples as well.
Then you are heroes. She looks around at you. The Wanderers. In the Tower o' the Green, we don't often hear news of the outside world. I've never heard of you before. But I have been trapped in this place for some months.
We're not really super famous.
Oh, I see. Well, I'm sure you will be. I hope you find the Grotto of the Shrouded Cult. And douse its flames.
Before we start heading to your home, do do you feel well enough to travel? Do you need to rest more?
I must rest the night at least.
Honestly, so do we. Those things were difficult.
At this, oh sorry,
Well,
go for it, Max.
yes. She almost was going to say something, and she seems to think better of it, and just, she kind of puts her head between her knees. So she has another round of nausea, very obviously. Go ahead, Akiri.
At this point, Akiri's gonna stop as she realizes something, and then grab Bliss's arm and go, "Our eggs. We needed to go check them."
Bliss, his eyes light up and he goes, "You're right. We will rest.
Be right back."
We'll be right back." And they dart for where they hit the cart.
You guys run the, I think it was a quarter mile or so to the south through the somewhat marshy forest to check up on the cart with the eggs. And it is at this point that I will ask you to make the roll that I didn't have you roll before. Please make a survival or stealth check to hide the eggs.
I'm going to survive.
That's respectable.
Yeah, not too bad. Another thing I like about prestidigitation is that it can make a small scent. So I imagine Bliss uses it as perfume all the time.
Nice, Max.
Look at that.
Today really is a blessed day.
You guys roll a perception roll. Cool.
We did too good!
Amazing.
I saw her roll that 4, and I was like, it's gonna be the same thing for Akiri. Just watch.
You have the worst luck with perception for someone who has a +5.
I know! It's the worst!
Yeah.
It's been this entire campaign, too. She's rolled a good perception a handful of times.
Cool. You guys find the eggs. Well hidden under the branches and underbrush you kind of tossed over the cart. Do you want to try to bring the cart over to the temple, or is that the plan?
I think Bliss will want to get up on the cart and check to make sure that they're still warm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're still warm.
Okay.
Good.
Can the two? We're not the strongest members of this group. Will we be strong enough to move this cart together back to the rest of the group?
Between the two of you can manage it. With some difficulty. It'll be quite dark by the time you get back.
I have dark vision, and Kiri has light, so we're fine.
Meanwhile, the rest of you are talking to Kilseath. Was there anything else you wanted to talk to her about?
So, just a quick recap. She said that there were two temples that she knew about. The one that was to the north, that was close to the geyser in the desert, and close to the ocean, and then another
And
temple
a demon
that was
in the south. Yep.
yeah, and the demon in the south that's controlled by the vampire lords.
No, the demon is to the south of the grotto of the shrouded cult in the desert.
Okay.
She knows that there's some other temple. I'm sorry. The demon south is right. So that she was giving you more directions to it, and it's to the northeast.
Gotcha. Okay.
Many days travel to the northeast. Yes, that's what she said. And if you can, she's like, if you can find some other clue, to take you, that's what I know about this temple controlled by the vampire lords.
Oh, okay. So she only knew about one. She was talking about the same one when she was talking about the vampire lords.
Right.
Gotcha. Okay.
And she, yeah. But she knows there are 4 in total that must be destroyed. 4 corrupted temples of ancient gods.
Okay.
And yes, she wants you guys to take her and her neighbor's daughter, Yezdov, to the Tower of the Green, which lies to the north in the swamp. Bref, are you talking? We can't hear you.
We're me and Maver are talking about the need for rest first.
Okay. All right. Well, if you guys don't have any other questions for her, you make camp. You eventually hear the loud noises of Bliss and Akiri making their way back, struggling with the cart through the underbrush.
Bliss has both hands and his tail wrapped around the one peg that he's holding on to just to yank this thing along.
It's about the same. She's using her wings to help her.
Akiri is off the ground. She is flying to carry this thing.
Eventually, you guys struggle into the struggle up to the temple ruin area.
Hi.
Cart in tow.
Furious Strike 8. And the Bliss is about the same.
All right.
Well, as we're making camp, Vapos does want to speak with Bella for a moment.
Go for it.
Yes.
Yes, Bella. I could use your assistance with something. You seem to be the most knowledgeable person about the world and about magical things. And I was wondering if you might know anything about this dagger that I found.
Oh, let me take a look.
I know that or I suspect at least, that it's carved from the bone of a shadow dragon. And I believe that it has a pair.
Yeah, that's.
Can me giving her this information count as helping her?
You mean for the purposes of giving her advantage?
Yeah.
That's not really.
Like, because I'm telling her what I know about it to see if
Okay, all right. Yeah, sure.
In that case, that's a 26.
All right. Yeah, I suspected that there was some roll like that going on.
I mean, I was going to ask for that regardless, but...
Bella, you know... Well, okay, what is it that you want to know exactly?
I guess I want to know kind of the magical properties of this thing, maybe as much about its origin as I can find out from an Arcana check.
It is a dagger made from the tooth of a shadow dragon, which is a powerful artifact for dealing with interplanar beings and travel. And
all right.
Yeah. And shadow dragons are the rarest kind of dragon. And some say the subtlest and most evil. There are even rumors that there is only one shadow dragon. Kind of like the phoenix. It lays an egg and sort of rebirths itself every few 100,000 years.
Well, I'll pass that along and say I think that you really stumbled on something incredible here. Especially if we're going to be dealing with any more of these weird interplanar dead god types of situations.
I'm afraid that it may be more than just luck that I stumbled into this, if the name on that tomb was accurate.
The tooth of a shadow dragon. What it's known for with your Arcana check, in the truly esoteric arcane lore, is that it can cut through bindings.
I see. Like bindings to interplanar beings.
That's what you know.
I'll communicate that as well. And say, I think we might have to kill Breath with this knife.
Well, you may be closer to the mark than you realize. One of the last things that my master told me before he kicked me out of the monastery was that the Dusk, one of the Dark Six, would do something very dangerous in the last quarter moon of Seeker. And that I would need to earn the right to use a Shadow Dragon's Claw in order to prevent that from happening. And he showed me a dagger that is just like this one.
That sounds like a very interesting and complicated story that I'll have to get the rest out of you at some point.
Yes. Perhaps another time, but it's... Thank you for your information. It was quite helpful.
Of course.
As you guys are finishing this, Akiri and Bliss drag the cart and the eggs, crunching over the underbrush, and finally, out of breath, make it to the bottom of the stairs.
Next
The rest of you...
time we bring Breath.
Akiri And like collapse from where she's collapsed on the steps.
As you guys
Oh,
collapse,
did you need help?
We should have asked you to begin with.
as you collapse on the stairs, the rest of the party, with your passive perception, hears you've been hearing the crunching of the cart and their footsteps through the underbrush. But after they stop, the crunching through underbrush sound continues for a few more crunching steps. As something just out of sight watches from the thick forest.
Wow, we really messed up.
And that is where we're going to call tonight's session, guys. Thank you very, very much.
Oh man.
Guys, I'm sorry, Bliss is just too popular. He's got paparazzi and people following him all the time.
I'm so you're really worried about our eggs, okay?
Well played. And, I guess we'll pick this up again next week, guys. That was fun. A little interlude episode. Definitely wrapped up the Crypt of the Moggod in proper form. And I think you have a direction for next time once we resolve the whatever else is going on. But
I'm sure it's nothing.
Sweet dreams, just like your characters round the campfire that night. And see you next time. Thank you to Man with No Screen Name and Taladar for hanging out in chat. Much appreciated as always. And thank you to Taladar who subscribed during my poor stream that died last time. Thank you. Alright, thank you to Jeremy, player of Beref. Thank you to M, player of Akiri. Thank you to Danielle, player of Mavra. Thank you to Kirsten, player of Bella, and who ran over to take care of the kid, or our own little goblin earlier. Thank you. Thank you to Nico, player of Bliss, and thank you to Corey, player of Vapos. You guys are awesome. I will bid you a good night. Bye-bye, everybody.
Good night, guys.
Night, guys.